Welcome everybody. Alright, now before we get on with the rest of the course, there's a couple things that we need to talk about. First of all, we need to talk about what you need to do for the course, and second of all, I'm going to talk about the format of my specific courses. So the first thing that we need to talk about is you need to go to jsbin.com. It's a free service, and what jsbin.com does is it renders the code as you type. Alright, that's pretty much what it does, and it's a very awesome tool to learn and to prototype later on with this code here. And as you can see, it has HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and you can just essentially put all of these into one, and you can code and see the results on the fly instead of rendering it, etc. Now, the other thing that you also need is I highly recommend that you use Google Chrome. The reason for this is that Google Chrome is the best browser in terms of compatibility. Most other browsers aren't as good as Chrome, so I highly recommend that you use Chrome. And if you're on anything before Internet Explorer 9, I highly recommend that you just go and download Chrome. And if you're on Internet Explorer 9, again, download Chrome. If you're going to use any browser, I suggest using Internet Explorer 9, Firefox, or Chrome. Safari's alright as well. Now, the stuff that we're going to be doing here isn't that advanced. However, if I do something and I type something and the result comes up differently, chances are it's your browser. And so if it comes up differently and you're, let's say, an Internet Explorer 6 or 7, and that's probably why. So it's best that you use Chrome. And the last thing that we need to talk about is the format of the course, okay? So one thing that I like to do is I like to make short and sweet tutorials. And the reason why I do this is that I have polled all of my users, which is, as of this tutorial, almost 11,000 people have taken my course at this point. Most of them tend to like the short tutorials more than the long tutorials. The reason for this is that they can go and take, if they have 2 minutes or 3 minutes, they can go listen to a tutorial whenever they want. Versus having, let's say, a long, hour-long lecture all in one, they can get lost, you have to pick up where you left off. So each tutorial is a nice little tidbit of information for you. Also, when you come back, when you're, let's say, maybe 6 months from after you take this course, there's something like, well, there's that one thing in the course that I forgot. And I label all of my tutorials in such a simple way that you can say, oh, this was, this little issue right here, and I can go listen to that tutorial, and it'll take 2 minutes as well. So very simple tutorials. Very short tutorials is what most of my user base usually prefers, and that's why I do them. Alright, and for the most part, yeah, that's pretty much all we need to talk about here. Alright, so go and hop over to JSBin and let's start coding. I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.